Welcome back to our Pathfinder Kingmaker series. All right, let's do a little bit of quick kingdom management. I want to build some stuff in Whispering Weald over here. Build. Since I have 220 BP, I want a barracks right here. I want our herbalist house right here. I want a shrine right here. And a monument right here. I'll leave this space open because it's next to a longhouse, and sometimes you get buildings that say they want to be next to a longhouse. So, and this will be at 9 of 10 for buildings here. Okay. Let me check Tranquil Glade as well, since I've got new buildings. That's another blue spot. Oh, that's for a lighthouse. Ooh. Ooh. I want a mage's tower. A place where mages study arcane secrets. +3 to arcane when built in a separate slot. Also hosts a teleportation circle. Wow, it takes up 2 spots. Wow. Wowzers. Mansion. That takes up 2 spots too. Crazy. Museum? This one takes up 2 spots too. Yeah, you see this little thing there. Okay. A park. +4 loyalty. +1 to community when adjacent to the town hall. +1 to divine when adjacent to a temple. +1 culture when adjacent to a museum. How come these areas are blocked off? Ooh, a sacred grove. +2 to divine when adjacent to a monolith. Cannot be built in a sediment housing a lumber yard. Oh, those are probably reserved for singles. I see. I guess if you wanted to move some stuff. If I could get that off my cursor, that would be grand. Hospital is a single. Yeah, I want that. I don't want to accidentally build it. And it's still on my cursor. Herbalist adjacent to a shrine. I mean, if I move the herbalist house right there, it's going to take a lot of Rubik's Cube, Jenga, mishmash. I only have 100 BP. I think I'm going to save the BP. I did what I wanted. Okay, now for Lindsay. Also, I figure after we deal with Lindsay, I'll go get my team, and then I'll check out the Tenebrous Depths up here. That's like an expansion area, and I have no idea what's there. And there's some kingdom stuff. What's going on? Troubled lands. Opportunity. This area of the barony is said to be a breeding ground for bandits, brawlers, and cutthroats. Perhaps one of your advisors should set aside these rumors and assure the people that the guard is able to protect them. Was I saving Tristan for something? I do not remember. Curses, other region. It's going to take 17 days. This is all Jubilost stuff. No advisor. It's Jod. Research into the nature of curses is Jod's domain. Huh. Alright. No rank up. Attacks. Sertova. Strengthen Bartholomew. Curses, other advisors. Felike can be a treasurer. No thanks. I like Jubilost. Bartholomew here can be a treasurer. No thanks. I like Jubilost. Okay, troubled lands. Christian it is. 95% success, so you better not fail. Here we go. Better not start crying about fatigue, Lindsay. Manage. Inspire competence. Sure. 0-0. They both suck at cooking. Avril. Get in the kitchen. Continue. Enter. All right, Lindsay. You better lead me to where you want to go so we can hurry up and do your thing. All right. Teresia Spectre. Maybe it's this? Yeah, that looks like it. She was expecting a delivery. There's a cart with a dead horse. A bunch of stuff that I looted. There's bandits there. How did you fools manage to lose the horses? We supposed to carry these boxes ourselves? What even are these iron things? Why do we need them? That's them, Lindsay whispers, pointing at the bandits. Caught red-handed. We'll show them what happens when you take someone else's things without a him. We'll teach them a lesson. These iron things will get us rich, blockhead. It's an alchemical transmutator. I've seen them in Ustalav. We just reassemble it, turn it on, and it turns rocks into gold all on its own. Don't just stand there. Get in the harness. Gonna hitch that guy up and make him pull it. Ustalav. The immortal principality of Ustalav is a fog-shrouded nation of countless horrors, and a once proud realm that suffered under the clawed hands of the whispering tyrant for centuries. You're sure about this then? All right. Let's see if we can even get this wagon to move. I've been looking for you. Die, bandits. Look, it's that scumbag who took down the Stag Lord. And no army to be seen. Lucky day. Get her, everyone. If we take out the Baroness, we can be barons ourselves. Thrash the Baroness's scum.
It ends here.
Lindsay. Actually, you have a bunch of stuff. Should put that on your bar. Along with confusion. Put your heels over here. Blur. It's kind of a buff. Glitter dust. Such a good spell. Hideous laughter. Grease. Sleep. Probably won't be using these. Okay. Lindsay, why aren't you singing? Longsword. Banditos. Gimme. Now we do this. After inspecting all the boxes in the wagon, Lindsay barely restrains herself from kissing the mechanisms inside. The press, safe and sound, just needs some assembly. Yay! I can't believe it. My own publishing house. I have so many ideas, so many plans. I don't know where to begin. What do you think I should print first? What would you like to print? I don't know. That's why I asked you. I mean, it's more than just a business decision, right? It's, well, a choice, a first step. It's not like my whole career would depend on one book, but I'll always think back on it. Remember when you finally got your own printing press, Lindsay? What was your first printing again? and I don't want to be ashamed of my answer. Choose something beautiful. A book you wouldn't be ashamed to have your teacher read. Lindsay smiles at you warmly. It was teacher who showed me the beauty hidden in books. I think the best way to repay that kindness would be to do the same for others. Maybe that's really the main calling of a bard. Let's get to it. I'll send for horses to get this delivery the rest of the way to the capital. Free building. Printing house. Looks like I get to put a free building into my capital. All because of Lindsay's quest.
I'll go ahead.
And yep, it's done. Beneath the stolen land. All right, Lindsay. It's time for you
The
to go
path is
back
clear.
to the bench. While I'm over here, where's my city? Whispering Weald. I want to see if I can actually go in it. And if Dragon's armor shop is here. I can't. Oh. Have to turn that off. Your Grace. Trader. Butter, camping supplies. I'll take all your food items. Map. Shania and Dragon. Well, let's go see who Shania is first. Priest. Your Grace, thank you for finding time to visit this humble corner of your God's blessed barony. How can I be of service? What services do you offer? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. They're quite useful, even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them. Okay, that's what Jod was saying. That's precisely why I'm here. Ooh, another source of scrollage. And he's got a 99 stalker. And diamonds and diamond dust. Nice. Citizen Shania. Why do you have a name? A young woman catches your eye. She looks like she has come from far away. She approaches with a dancing gait and addresses you, speaking in an unfamiliar drawl. May the perfect human protect you. I am happy to meet you, O worthy one. My name is Shania, but you may simply call me the Tulip, as all the best of my friends do. Ever since the sun rose today, I've had a feeling that I shall take part in a grand encounter, one that shall change our fates forever. And lo, it is so. Praised be the perfect human for this gift he has bestowed upon these eyes that see the future. And so we meet. What next? You, O worthy one, can help me find my calling. I am beset by doubt. What if, by choosing the path of a master smith, I am making a terrible mistake? After all, I, Shania the tulip, have seen many wonders, the likes of which your humble realm has never heard of, and I wish to recount them. But alas, I cannot write in your language. For this reason, I require a writer, and a worthy one. I have witnessed Master Chalk Heck cover emptiness in tattoos, and a human grew out of them. For these patterns were so intricate and deep that the ink became more important than the flesh. Trust me, for I have woven the tale of these events myself. Perhaps I have been destined to become the muse of a great writer. If, O worthy one, you find a suitable scribe for me, I shall pay you back handsomely with my wisdom and advice. Lindsay loves stories. You can talk to her. I am grateful, O worthy one. I shall relate to you the story of my ancestor Vu Balak. Let us see if she is nimble enough to write it all down without omitting any of the colorful details. I greet you, young Lindsay. They say that you are writing a book. That is most fortunate, for I can embellish it with a few stories that I've lived through during my adventures. Once I met a monk from the House of Perfection. He was an ascetic and hadn't eaten for 4 whole years. Hold on, 4 years? Are you sure that he ate absolutely nothing? Maybe it was, well, some sort of moderate fasting, more like a diet, like when you do eat, but only a little bit? No, no, no. Why would you think that? Breaking his ascesis would have been a shameful weakness. He did not eat at all. The people revered him as a pious and enlightened man, whose spirit was very strong. But I, as soon as I met him, suspected that he might be a liar. So I decided to expose him for what he truly was. Wait a moment. 4 years? That's impossible. If I skip breakfast and dinner, my stomach hurts so badly I can't even walk. It's really hard to believe that the monk could spend a whole 4 years like young Lindsay. By paying attention to such unimportant details, you run the risk of missing the heart of the matter. As I was saying, I decided to bring the monk's dishonesty to light. I enlisted the services of a shaitan who owed me a favor. This earth genie stood in front of the monk and sang a song. And that very moment, the hermit's face twitched, and a stream of stones erupted from his mouth. Imagine this. He had swallowed rocks to fill up his stomach, to save himself the pangs of hunger. He swallowed enough stones to fill his stomach, and he lived, and never had to eat again? As far as I know, it doesn't work like that. Of course, I'll write down your story, but I doubt it will enjoy much success. It's just too incredible for our provincial audience. With a guilty smile, Lindsay turns away. Your story is truly incredible, Shaniha. Perhaps I'm not as good at telling stories as I thought. After all, putting the events of the past into words is not quite the same thing as witnessing them. Perhaps I chose wrongly when I decided to become a muse. Until I can answer this question, I shall remain true to the calling I've always pursued, weaponsmithing. If, in your kindness, you can indulge me once more and grant me a workshop in these lands, then I swear to you I shall make for you truly miraculous weapons, the likes of which these lands have never seen. But for now, let me tell you a story that our conversation reminded me of. Sure, listen to the story. This truthful story was divined for me by a woman who had eyes on the palms of her hands. Once upon a time, the sorcerer Maka Abikara decided to become immortal. He started living his life with such purpose and determination that his essence would be imprinted on all of his future incarnations. Maka studied the arts and became a great conqueror. He consumed the flesh of his enemies and servants to gain their strength. At a feast, Maka once swallowed a whole tiger, and the beast's rage and hunger burned in his veins, until, consumed by it, he ate himself. Years went by, and a young prince by the name of Urusav Vagba destroyed Maka's empire, slaying all of his generals. For Purusav was a reincarnation of Maka, bent on restoring the empire to its true glory. Eventually, Purusav was defeated in battle, and his empire died with him. But it was Maka Abhikara who spawned the terrible race of Rakshasa, cunning beasts, half human and half animal. Trust me, for I have met these creatures many times. Maka always dreamed of leaving a mark on the world, and he did, but not in the way he expected. It was not on the battlefield that his name became immortalized, but in bed, surrounded by concubines. Each may be mistaken in choosing their own path, even the wisest of all. Perhaps I am destined to be your adviser, O most worthy one, or your lover. Go now, for I need to be alone to think upon my words. Huh. Author wanted. That was a quest. And I think, can I really build her a building and she will have a weaponsmith shop here? That'd be kind of cool. Shania Priest. I need to visit all my little towns then, huh? Citizen. There's Dragon. Greetings. As you see, I've already set up shop. Took a lot of work, of course, but now I've got a nice place, no worse than the guild's smithy. Do you like it in my lands? Dragon looks discontented, stroking his beard. Well, what can I say? There's quite a lot of troublemakers here, and the ones who get called honorable aren't exemplary, law-abiding citizens. I guess it's what lands like these do to people. So tell me that idea you had about a family relic and a masterpiece. Dragon's face clouds over. Here's the story. Our family used to have a suit of plate armor named Onslaught. My grandfather wore it to perform many heroic deeds. What a great dwarf he was. But it's been stolen by my own brother Kurgan, and then Kurgan fled. Onslaught has been on my mind ever since. I'd intended to bring the relic back to the clan and restore my good name. After you hired me, one merchant told me he saw some fragments of armor that looked like Onslaught. Kurgan is such a fool. He couldn't find a buyer for the whole suit. It's too valuable, so he pawned it off piece by piece. Someone got the jam parts, another got the gauntlets, a third got the cuirass. A fine set of armor turned into a pile of junk, fancy junk. See if you can find my grandfather's armor and bring it back. I promise I will repay you. Turns out, 3 local merchants have the 3 parts of the armor. They're like vultures pulling apart a corpse. They buy whatever catches their eye, not caring whether it's stolen or not. One merchant seems to be in the capital. Another was staying at some trading post. It's got an owner with a strange name. The third one always prowls in distant corners, looking to buy valuables on the cheap. I believe he has an acquaintance, Huntress Dumra. She might well have it. You don't have a store I could buy from, dude? All right, I'm in a hurry. We'll talk later. Okay, got a quest to get your armor. It's kind of cool. Um,
Tread lightly.
can't get any taxes from you. So I gotta go to Oleg and someone in the capital. That's that's cool that these towns you build have all this extra stuff. I didn't know I had to come to them. It's divided into 3 parts. Yep, 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 yep. All right, let's get out of here. And I'll turn the music back on. This thing will stay at 100. Come on. Now the question is, can I buy that woman a weapon shop? Dragons, Shayna's shop of exotic curiosities. +1 to economy when adjacent to a tavern or longhouse. See, I told you. Come on, just get in the spot. Get in the spot. How many days is that gonna take to build? Oh, might be over here. 10 days. Okay. What does it give? Economy. I hope you got some good stuff. So I just spent 30 BP on you. Lindsay, let's get you out of my party. Available for claiming. Might as well while I'm here. Claim it. Yes, you don't need to show that every time. Ooh, I want to do that. But I'll come back to that later. Spotted peaceful travelers. Approach. I saw that barony red flag come up at the same time. Oh, it's this guy again. Is this the guy with the one of the parts? Show me your wares. Flaming javelin? Shock rapier? Half plate of will? +3 bonus on will saving throws. Scroll of heroism. No, he doesn't have a piece. Sturdy. DR2 melee. 16k. And I bought that scroll for Illy because she doesn't have that spell in her spell book. Looks like you come across that guy every so often, which is nice. Kingdom. General requests an audience. Amiri wants to talk to increase military to 3.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll rest. We'll rest.
Who is this storyteller, I wonder? He's weird. An elf, but looks old. And he's blind. And he doesn't like to share stories. What a miser. So, who is he? The oldest elf on whole Galarian? Or an enchanted prince of Kyonin? Oh, maybe he's a god suffering a memory loss. I'm so excited. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Damn it.
What is this? I guess that's just the sleeping icon. Oops, another kingdom event. Monster invasion. Monsters are erupting from the bodies of fallen citizens. Your subjects need their baroness in the capital. I'm on my way. I am on my way. Okay. Quick save, and in we go to the throne room. Let's see what's going on here. If we don't do something about this epidemic, and soon, you'll all have only hydras and wyverns to rule over. The more folks get eaten, the more other folks panic, and the more they are tempted to flee to our neighbors. We do have good news, too. I managed to gather some information that I hope will help you eliminate the threat before it's too late. Shortly after the epidemic started, goblins began appearing everywhere. The locals report that these goblins have been celebrating and shouting something about the day of glory for Lamashtu, when all humans would be eaten by monsters and only goblins would remain. Sounds disturbing, does it not? So we need to find a Lamashtu. What do we know about her? She's called the Mother of Monsters. Her symbol is the three-eyed jackal head. She's an ancient and extremely evil goddess who spreads nightmares, insanity, and, perhaps of most interest to us, monsters. Her worshippers are mostly of the more monstrous races, like goblins, lamias, and gnolls. That said, there's no short supply of secret followers and cults among more civilized peoples, too, including the people of the River Kingdoms. So we need to find a goblin leader and press them for information. Any idea where to begin the search? I'm sorry, no. Panic spread everywhere. My agents had to run for their lives after villagers mistook them for spies and wild poisoners. They were almost lynched on the spot. All we know for sure is that there's a large goblin village somewhere within the barony. You'll have to locate it yourself, I'm afraid. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. Be sure to make those goblins talk, though, or you may risk both your crown and your head. Jod's eyes are bloodshot and his posture is slack. The wrinkles on his face have deepened, and his sparse hair has gone gray. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an epidemic developing in the country. The afflicted first get a fever, then a bloody cough, then several hours later, The cleric shakes his head and grimaces. And that's just half the trouble. Afterward, the bodies of the afflicted become like some kind of cocoon, and monsters hatch out of them. People keep dying, and we haven't the slightest clue what's causing it or how to deal with it. Tristan and I established a field hospital in the building of the former prison. Don't look at me like that. There were no better places to choose from. Frankly, we were lucky to find this one. To cut a long story short, we have a female patient who's volunteered for vivisection. It means cutting into her living body to look for the source of this disease. Jod frowns. After the surgery, Erast will forgive us. We'll be lucky if we can close her up and let her go alive and well. However, we don't want to do it without your presence, Your Grace. So please try to find some time to attend. I have to attend a vivisection. There's one more thing. Jod hands you a battered letter. Keston, that dunce, sent a message. He rambles from place to place. These letters are all we ever receive. Well, just read it. I guess it's urgent. Shrine of Lamashtu has been revealed. Keston's letter. Your Grace, please forgive me my sudden disappearance. I deemed myself of more use among your subjects than at court. The people are afraid, Your Grace. They believe that they've been forgotten, that their ruler couldn't care less about the simple folk, even as they perish each and every day. For this reason, those who can bear arms are starting to take matters into their own hands. A wild mob is a force to be reckoned with, and you already have enough to worry about. Fortunately, I was able to convince these people that I'm on their side. In the end, I have decided to lead this militia myself, in order to be the first one to know whenever the people learn something new and to protect them from making rash decisions. I've led troops before, and your subjects view me as one of their own, so they trust me and are willing to follow me. It was with a heavy heart that I left your castle, but my hope was that once among the common people, I would be able to track down the source of the disease that struck the barony. I was recently informed that one of the squads scouring the outlying regions of Comet Lands had encountered a mysterious shrine. Our spies report that at the beginning of each week, cultists gather there to worship the dark goddess Lamashtu, the patroness of all manner of hideous creatures. I know little of the gods and their affairs, but the appearance of the mother of beasts and her followers in a land teeming with monsters can hardly be a coincidence. As soon as I finish writing this letter, I shall lead a squad of my best men there and await your arrival. I ask for your help, Your Grace, for I shall need it to strangle this filth in its cradle. It's a nice image you put there, Keston. Who knows? Perhaps we'll capture one of the cultists alive and find out if they and their goddess are behind the misfortunes of your barony. Your loyal servant, Keston Gures. So, vivisection, what exactly are you going to do? What? We're going to find the source of the disease, that's what. Once the monster emerges, the body of the afflicted is torn to pieces, making it impossible to learn anything from the remains. But we found one brave woman who gave us permission to cut her open. The straits are dire. We don't know exactly what we're looking for, and the vivisection is extremely dangerous for the patient. But we're left with no other choice. Why wait for volunteers? You could perform the surgery on a random patient without waiting for them to explode. Well, I wouldn't ask that. I know why they needed permission. Otherwise, that would just be murder. What do we know about this disease? Not much. Just primary symptoms, actually. We're not even sure if it's a disease, a curse, or some magic parasite. Perhaps with your help, we'll manage to learn more. Any progress in curing the disease? How should I put it? We've got none. We haven't been able to save a single patient yet. We're like blind kittens bumping against a wall, and we have nothing to show for it. Well, we happen to have a master vivisectionist available. Send for Bartholomew. Jod frowns at the wizard's name, but then nods. Fine, you're right. He's certainly peculiar, but none can deny his knowledge. He may be able to help us. All right, I see. Let's go get this bloody mess over with. This is our hospital. Jod shows you around the bleak, comfortless building with its barred cells. The prison is certainly not the best location nor the healthiest, but it's better than nothing. Also, it might be cruel to say this, but considering the nature of the malady, it would be safer for everyone if the patients were kept behind the bars until they are healed. Where are all the prison inmates? There was not but a few pickpockets locked away here. We put them to work cleaning the place up, then set them free. There's one still here, though. He wasn't some petty thief, but a seasoned highwayman. Yeah, why the prison? Was there no place more suitable? If only the city had a clinic. Even if it did, the prison would still be the best choice. Don't forget, at any moment, one of the patients could, die and release a monster. It's safer for everyone if we keep them locked up. What have you already tried? Standard spells to heal disease, remove poison, and lift curses. All ineffective. Attempting to dispel the magic is also fruitless. I fear we may be dealing with a curse of strength enough to surpass our own faith. It's Tristan. Okay, that's me. Okay, this is John and Tristan. Where's Bartholomew? It isn't a matter of faith. I don't think it's a disease, let alone some powerful curse. I suspect it's some sort of parasite hiding itself within the body. Nonsense. We've detected magic suffusing each patient's body, evenly distributed. If it was some sort of parasite, it would be a simple matter to detect. Then it's able to disguise itself. Maybe it's poisoning their blood with its magic. By the sun, we return to this argument over and over. It's been days. Let's stop talking and try doing something already. Who is our patient? Her name is Madla Stasek, a peasant woman from a nearby village. We hadn't seen any prior cases of the disease there. I pray for that brave woman. She's the first one to mount the courage necessary to volunteer for the surgery. We cannot let her down. Where will the surgery take place? Well, that room was previously a torture chamber. There was already a suitable table. Well, isn't that ironic? This is no laughing matter. All right. Give me a few moments to look around. If you must, but please don't take too long. What? I failed something? There's the seed of sorrow. Oh, that kind of sucks. I thought I had time for that. Freaking Lindsay? That kind of sucks. really sucks. Well, missed that opportunity, whatever it was. I'm just curious. I've never seen this place before. What's the music like here? Come on. Man, I wanted to see what that hunt thing was like. Madla Stasek. Noticing you, the patient, a ruddy-faced, middle-aged peasant woman, blinks her eyes. Imagine that! Her Grace herself paying me a visit. Good health to you. I'm Madla Stasek from Sedgedale. So you think these priests of yours can really heal me? With Rassel's help, they could, I bet. Just look how brainy they seem, the two of them. How are you feeling? I got a fever, cough too, and I can't eat. I feel like puking all the time. I've been through worse, though. Born 6 kids and survived. But still, this scares me breathless. Each tingle in my body gets me to shaking, and I think to myself, that's it, it started. Now I'll be ripped to shreds. Well, tell me about yourself. Nothing to tell, really. We're simple people with simple lives, spent all mine in Sedgedale. It's by Gudrun River, past Silver Step Lake. Raised my children there, then grandchildren. Never seen monsters worse than goblins then, but now, owlbears and hydras everywhere. I prayed to the gods to spare our village, but no. This blight fell right upon my own head. Why did you volunteer for this surgery? I'm scared like a hare, truth be told, but this is no mere cold. Can't just hope it'll pass on its own. At least this way I got some hope, right? And then, well, the doctors will figure it out. What to do about the plague. I'm no hero, not me. But sometimes you gotta think about others too. If they end up butchering me, at least maybe they can figure out how to save someone else. If I gotta die, let it be for a good cause, right? Get ready, we're about to begin. As long as you're nearby, I got nothing to be scared of. Glad you have that much faith in me. There's Bartholomew. Confessions of a Heretic. There was something else over here, wasn't there? There's Bartholomew. Let's thank you for your kind invitation. Hope I can be of great service. Right, Jod. Let's begin. Jod breathes in deeply, then exhales slowly. Erastil be with us. Saren Ray help us. Glancing nervously at the various medical instruments, the brave peasant woman got up on the operating table. Just don't butcher me is all I ask, she muttered in a trembling voice. Meanwhile, the foremost medical experts in the room still couldn't agree on what exactly it was they were trying to do. Stop arguing with me. Coughing up blood is a sure sign the problem is in the lungs. We look there, Jod insisted. No, it's the nausea we should be focusing on. We need to examine the stomach. Tristan objected. Bartholomew, the mad, sadistic wizard, had been summoned here for some reason. He remained silent, checking the patient's pulse. The clerics turned to the Baroness in desperation, asking her to resolve their dispute. After careful consideration, she decided to ask Bartholomew for help. That's why we brought him. The common manner of dispelling is useless here, I assume, the wizard said pompously. So then let's try it at a higher level. He took a scroll out of his bag and solemnly cast a spell on the patient. Jod used a magical sight to see if there were any changes in the patient's body. It worked, he exclaimed, excited. The magic is gone from all the organs except the stomach. You were right, my friend. Hurry now. Hand me a scalpel. Candlelight reflected off the surgical instruments and potion bottles as Jod's scalpel made the first incision on the woman's skin. I could hear her inhale loudly through clenched teeth. I confess, I lacked the courage to watch the surgery. Even after I turned away, I couldn't help but tremble from hearing the poor woman's screams. The air filled with the acrid scent of medical potions while Tristan mumbled prayers to ease the patient's pain. Simultaneously scanning her body with magical sight, all I could do was whisper my own prayers. But the Baroness, she didn't lose her courage. She held the patient in a position firmly to prevent her from hurting herself, skillfully assisted Jod by handing him instruments, wiping up blood, bringing healing potions as needed, helped Jod by advising him on the fastest and most efficient way to finish the surgery, took the patient's hand and whispered something in her ear, distracting her from the pain, made the cleric's job easier in the quickest and cruelest way, except by killing the patient on the spot. No. I think I'll go the Lord Nature route, since that's DC 27, DC 28, DC 26. Lord Nature succeeded. The Baroness's medical knowledge helped Jod immensely. The surgery was over quickly. The poor woman's screams and crying were unbearable. I couldn't begin to imagine what she was going through. I'm such a fool, Jod finally exclaimed. You are right. I'm glad we listened to you. Tristan used a healing spell to close the wound in the woman's stomach, and Jod showed everyone the strange item he'd extracted. It looked like some kind of seed. A glowing, pulsing, thumb-sized seed. Before anyone could say anything, it flashed in Jod's fingers. He dropped it on the floor just in time. On the spot where the seed landed, a portal opened, and a roaring monster jumped out of it. Get him. Jod is here. He's casting. Got a guard. Got a wolf.
Dawnflower, grant me strength.
This thing. Jod wipes the sweat from his brow, not even noticing the blood still in his hands. Erastil and Serenray be praised. They were truly on our side this day. It's a miracle. Tristan hands Jod a clean towel. Jod pulls himself together and wipes his hands and face. So what have we learned here? We've learned I was a pompous fool, and Tristan was right all along. It's not a disease, but a parasite. Something of vegetative origin. It resembles a seed, I'm sorry, my friend. I should have wagged my tongue less and listened to you more. Please don't mention it. It was a lucky guess, not worthy of your praise. Are you able to cure others of the disease now? Yes, yes. Now that we know what to do, we can extract the seeds with much less risk to the patients and with much less suffering. What will you do next? There are still many patients here. We'll start working on them immediately, and you, Your Grace, may want to search for the source of this disease. We still know neither where these seeds come from nor how they get into people's bodies. New patients arrive daily, and how many never even find their way to a hospital? Our efforts here are not enough by themselves. We need to find the root of this problem. All right, I gotta go. Please find the source of those wretched seeds. Bartholomew monsters again? Phew, barely survived it, but you did survive. That's the main thing. Hang me if you want, just don't keep me here. I don't want to explode. Alright. I gotta go to the throne room. Talk to Amiri. Well, Alana, it's me again. Our army is growing. We got more soldiers, but not enough commanders. And there aren't no clever ones among the recruits. Without good command, you can't run an army. In some armies, the officers are wizards or shamans. They might be brainy, but they don't know a dang thing about soldiers. But when I was in Brevoy, I seen those, sword lords, right? They look skinny, but they know their weapons, and soldiers look up to them. I think we should hire them to be commanders in our army. They'll definitely have the troops' respect. I happen to agree with your statement. We could use some sword lords. Amiri hums contentedly. Right. Fine, I'll go tell the others what you said. Relations +2. New event. Support the general's endeavors. Sania, I greet you, O most worthy one. Excuse me. As decided, why is your I, a Vudrani artisan and master of exotic weapons who you met in the north Gnarl marches when she asked to be introduced to a worthy writer, have stepped upon the path of the master smith, as fated by the perfect human. Since a rare few in these lands appreciate the aesthetics of the Vudrani, I have decided that my gifts will be made for you. However, even though my feet may carry me swiftly to the top of the mountain of perfection, on this path I shall need the help of someone tactful and dependable. Someone such as you, O worthy one. If you are ready to aid me, come see me at my workshop, and I shall tell you of my need. It's been 10 days already? 1001 questionable stories. Talk to Shania. And monster evasion problem success. Cool. General requests an audience success. Support the general's endeavors. She's busy. I have any? Oh, yeah. It was heroism. Copy the spell book. Veil of positive energy. Any more spellage? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, copy the spell book. What spell was that? Protection from good? I know it's always exciting to see that copy the spell book pop up. Got 8 scrolls of haste on me. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Tristan took some damage, though. Let's rest. What spell level was heroism? Level 3. Okay. Let's take a rest. Everybody's healed. All right. That was a lot of kind of cool stuff that happened. All right. We'll head out in the next episode. Thanks for watching.